I'm here with Angela Diaz. Angela is the VP Senior Risk Officer at First Citizens Bank, where she acts as the second line of defense role responsible for operational risk oversight of enterprise fraud and card operations. Prior to Citizens, Angela has worked at Wells Fargo, Bank of the West, and Charles Schwab. Earlier in her career, she even worked as a senior fraud analyst at American Eagle Outfitters, where she was very cool. Angela, thank you so much for joining us today. It's a pleasure. I'd love to hear a little bit more about your start as a fraud fighter. So as I said, I started out as an entry-level investigator and analyst. I was actually originally a customer service supervisor. Oh, cool. So I was taking calls from victims and calls from fraudsters, checking on why their transactions were declined. And I really was like, whoa, I want to know what happened next. This is so interesting. And so when an opening came up in the fraud area, I went in that direction. And of course, once I got involved in the fight, it was like, this is my path. And I think I stayed with it because I am a natural protector. I am a natural helper. I'm a natural advocate. I'm a natural leader. So all these kind of parts of my personality that exist in my organic life really align with being passionate and enjoying this sport and just really kind of committing to it and growing my skill set. That's so cool. And it's a common theme I've been hearing from folks as we've done through interviews is just this passion for helping people and protecting them. And also sort of like the curiosity around what is going on here. We've had Frank McKenna on the podcast too, and he had had a similar start as you. Where I know. Started about it. Well, a little bit more about your current role and like product priorities for the year. In my current role, I'm in second line risk, so it's kind of a higher up oversight and monitoring role. Yeah, a little bit higher or higher, further back from the operations area. And within my umbrella is broad governance, so the framework and the governance structure, data and analytics, which we've heard from. Very cool. On these panels is really, really important. Yeah. Strategy, investigations, and also prevention. And my focus is really taking everything I've learned throughout my career in operations and in leadership, and then in a frontline risk role, and really helping to see the big picture and to help transition from just what we kind of so affectionately call like whack-a-mole, or more professionally call it our physical and tactical actions that we take in response to fraud, and trying to turn it into more robust operationalized processes, documentation, and really making it efficient and accurate and measurable and trackable. Nice. Wow. I love the purview of your role and how many different points that touches on the organization. And you are thinking about data and analytics, or even how you're empowering the teams that roll up to you. Where does an AI or LLMs or AI agent get into all of that? So I think that the struggle with data sometimes is the sheer volume of it and our ability to slice it, dice it, manipulate it, get it to tell a story, validate it, accuracy, to do all of that and to do all of it in a timely manner. Yeah. And we use a lot of data to make decisions, to monitor things. We also use data a lot in control management as well. So I think that from an AI perspective, it's certainly a blessing for us in the sense that it allows us to kind of screen and monitor and digest this data of disaster, which improves our ability to respond to the data in real time. Oh, yeah. But I think it's a little bit of a curse, as some of the other panels said, of a fraudster perspective. Yeah. Because what we have to remember is they're leveraging it through their fraud operations. So it is improving the quality of a lot of the text messages and phishing emails, scam texts, things like that. It's improving the quality of that because it's making the grammar better. It's eliminating the typos. Yeah. It's improving all of that. Yeah. Which is really dangerous for the population that is falling for the scam. Absolutely. So blessing and a curse. Yeah. We will forever be in that battle of, we need to be better at what we do than they are. And we have to remember that some of these tools are double-edged. Yeah, absolutely. Technology throughout human history has always been used for constructive and destructive purposes. And I think the same goes with any machine learning and AI. Yeah, absolutely. And I love what you mentioned about the fact that AI, because it can analyze so much data in real time, it allows you to react and address faster, which is the speed of obviously so important in an industry. So I think that's all super fascinating and very cool how you're thinking about it. Are there any challenges in fixing a woman in fraud or any advice you have for other women in fraud of risk?
I would say one of the challenges I think I face as a woman, I don't know if it's as much specific to fraud as just in business.
Yeah.
I'm very passionate about this topic and I speak with confidence. And I actually early in my career had a leader give me the feedback that speaking with so much with confidence and passion was coming off a bit intimidating.
Wow.
He actually gave me the tip of, every time you're done speaking in a meeting, I want you to pause and say, that makes sense with some uncertainty behind it, to give people permission to disagree with your interjects. And I just kind of felt like, oh, she didn't say I was rude or aggressive or inappropriate. And I was really confused on what being too passionate or confident meant. So I tried that for a little bit and I ended up just sounding like a very unsure and shaky leader that, how are people going to have confidence in me about not sharing myself? And I also need to be my authentic self. That's my personality. I'm somebody that when I'm passionate about something, it shows. When I'm confident, it shows. So I kind of got rid of that and said, I'm just going to be myself.
Yeah.
And being myself is how I got where I'm at, not by following the advice of others to somehow make myself smaller or ask permission to be successful. So I think that the advice I would give is to be your authentic self.
Yeah.
To be confident, but kind.
Yeah.
You can be confident and assertive and powerful and leadership, still be kind and empathetic.
Yeah.
And to not let anyone else determine your path. There have also been times where, I've been told you're not ready for a promotion, but, 2 months later, another company reach out to you in a position several levels higher.
Yeah.
And guess what? I gave myself the promotion by going with that company, taking that interview, having for it. So don't let anyone else determine your path, success level, or your fate. Really own.
Yeah.
I'm super about mentoring other women in risk. So definitely for anybody listening, find me on LinkedIn. I'm very passionate about that. And I will always carve out time to give any career advice that I can, especially for females that are looking to just navigate that.
I mean, that's such incredible advice. I love that. And it speaks to a lot of the challenges of maybe not fitting into a stereotype of what people think are masculine or feminine traits. None of that matters. The most important thing is to just be yourself. That's how you're going to have confidence and trust in yourself.
I think we do our best work when we are who we are.
Absolutely. I think that's beautiful.
Oh my gosh. Ethel, thank you so much for joining us today.
We appreciate it.